What is up, everybody, and welcome back to It's Cosplay Time. As always, I am Chris, aka Mr. Zoom_2028. Today with our two co-hosts.
I'm Alexis, Elfie Magari.
And I'm Bella, Quasi-Bella.
And today we are here with special guest,
Livingdeadky.
I know, that's what I was doing too.
Damn you, gloves censoring my clap.
Just the muffled sound of hands.
Gotta hit the hard knuckles together. Alright, and who will do the first question?
We could go the same way that we did the intros.
Alright. And yay, the phone's still open. Okay, so how did you find out about Tik Tok /Musically?
Well, about 3 years ago, I was on YouTube. I was looking at a whole bunch of cool videos, and I saw this one video uploaded by Low Cash Cosplay, and they said, here's all my Undertale cosplays, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's like really good. Let me try to hop on that like little app thing, because I've heard a lot about it. And there's like a lot of cosplay there, and I'm like, I've always wanted to do this, but I never really knew how or where to start. So I joined Musically, and thus my journey began.
And now us cosplayers rule most of that app.
What's your favorite cosplay that you've done so far?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I have a lot of favorites, but I feel the most connected to either my Edward Elric cosplay or my Prompto cosplay.
Your Edward Elric is my favorite that you do.
Thank you. It seems to be a lot of people's favorites.
You've got the face
in Edward Elric, and the automail was way too hard to make, so I put reflective duct tape on a glove.
Mood.
Yeah, I made the arm, and it was a painful process, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. Am I doing my question?
You're allowed to curse on the show. We're not monetized anyway.
I know, I was waiting for pain in the ass, and then you
We're not monetized, and we probably won't be, just like most podcasts.
Oof.
As they usually go.
All the best ones.
Alright, so am I doing my questions? Or the
Yeah.
list that you... Okay. Have you ever done a closet cosplay, and have you worn a closet cosplay to a con, if you have?
Have I ever? Whenever I started off, the amount of closet that was in my cosplay was embarrassing. If I did a male character, I would wear a beanie. I didn't have like any colored hairspray because I usually use my real hair anyways. So I didn't have any colored hairspray. So if the character had like purple hair, I would just use my blonde hair and just put hairspray into their hairstyle to see if that worked. And I usually just wore a black t-shirt was what I usually went to. And as far as me wearing a closet cosplay to a con, on the third day of this convention that I just went to, I wanted to do a more casual Edward to show off the leg that I made. So I just put on a tank top, his brown belt, and some brown pants.
Yeah, I understand like the using your real hair part, because back when I first started for my Itachi cosplay, I actually grew my hair all the way out.
Ooh.
And that gets tangled everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm part Japanese, so that hair is greasy.
Oh,
Yeah.
mood. I change my hair like 3 times a year, so I would not be able to do that.
Yeah.
But also my head is too big for wigs, so I have a problem.
My hair's
Even though
like
I
this
just
short,
bought a Bakugo wig.
Say what?
My hair is like this short, but like actual curls, and it's not good.
Understandable.
And the phone is still on. Yay. But can I read it?
It's a real question, everybody.
Deep questions.
Here is the serious question. What is your opinion on stuff getting taken off of TikTok?
boy. I hate it a lot. Like, a lot, because a lot of the times whenever videos get taken down, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's usually just like a 9-year-old who's like, that's scary, or I don't like this. So they report it under the I just don't like it tab. And it doesn't even have to have really a valid reason. It just gets taken down if anybody reports it. And I remember, like, one of my Edward cosplays, I worked really hard on this one video, and there was no sharp objects, there was no violence. It was just me being like goofy and in character, and it got taken down. I'm like, but why? So yeah, I seriously think that TikTok needs to up their ante when it comes to that, as far as someone going through the actual videos to see if there's something wrong with it, because 90% there's nothing wrong with, like,
Yeah, TikTok needs to fix its shit.
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Like, we got a lot of issues. Like, can we get some dual host streaming?
Oh my god, please.
That would be amazing.
If you could take like the entirety of Instagram's streaming system and put it on TikTok, that would be like the best.
So-
No, Bella, Instagram goes the other way. They steal everything.
Yeah.
It's owned by Facebook. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Okay, mine was kind of in that field of like if you could add one thing to TikTok or like change one thing, what would it be? So, is there something specific with like pictures or anything like that though?
One thing that I wish they would add is maybe more effects, and what I mean by that is they have a lot of good ones already that I use sometimes if I need it, like in that situation. But I really like watching people make edits of me. Like, that's just a hobby of mine. But I really think that they could maybe invest in some like cool editing effects that maybe like Adobe After Effects has, because I think it would be just a cool addition just to maybe test everyone's talent whenever it comes to editing videos like that.
Like, I know there is an app, but you have to pay for it, and I'm not trying to pay for an app.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people like record on their phones or on a camera and then upload it to their computer, edit it that way, and then upload that to TikTok, and that is just like so much work.
I ain't got that kind of time.
Yeah, take like 5 steps out of doing a process like that. But I could also see why they wouldn't do it, because it would kind of take advantage of like TikTok being a free app, I guess you could say. But
Yeah.
it's always a suggestion.
That's fair. What was your easiest cosplay and what was your hardest?
I would have to say my easiest cosplay was probably Winry from Full Metal Alchemist, because I didn't really have to do anything crazy to my hair. I just put it in the side ponytail, and she already had blue eyes, so I got that covered. And her outfit was very just simple: white t-shirt, jacket, and a skirt, so that was pretty okay. But my hardest one, I would have to say, is either my Succubus OC Misery, mostly just because of all the parts I had to get and how much time it took to get her together, or my Edward Elric, just mostly focusing on me trying to get the styling of his hair perfect and the automail arm and leg. Took a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, whenever there's like bangs that go straight out or anything like that, takes
Anime
so
hair
much
is impossible.
Sometimes I wish I could just cover my hands in hot glue and just.
I got that Got to Be Glued hairspray, and I'm just like, please. And I'm like blow drying it to make it stay, and then it'll stick straight up. I'm like, okay, I can work with this. But,
I just use the gel from that company. It's pretty much just putting glue in your hair.
yeah,
You know, a little bit of liquid cement.
pretty much.
Alright. Favorite convention to go to?
Well, as of right now, I've only been to one convention, and it was this summer. But I can already say it's my favorite convention thus far because it's so diverse and widespread. If you've ever heard of Anime Matsuri, that was like, I'm not real right now. We're in a fantasy land, and I'm okay with it. And there's a lot of cool people that were there. I got noticed by a couple fans, and it was just a very good experience, all in all. So,
I've heard of that convention from a group called Fighting Dreamers Productions. So, Twin Fools, Nova Vanderwolf. Those are like the most popular people.
Yeah.
Because I know Lucas has a TikTok.
Yeah. There are a lot of TikTokers that were there, and I was walking through the hallway, and I would just see someone go like, and I'm like, they're making a TikTok.
You found your people.
my friends. What you filming?
Hey, what you doing there, bud?
I would just like scoot into their little group. I'm like,
just Bigfoot walking in the background of their TikTok.
Oh, I don't think it was a Bigfoot, but there's this one guy who kept photobombing everyone. He was just a madman running around in a fedora and just photobombing all these people. And I'm like, you, why?
You are not Waldo. You're not allowed to do that.
I'm like, this is a disgrace, sir. Please stop.
I need an adult.
That was weird. I need an adult. Oh, man.
I am an adult, but I need a bigger adult.
Exactly.
It's like, I know I can take care of myself, but
I'm small. I need help.
I know. I had my 4'11" friend that was right next to me, and she was like a little ninja of death. Like, I will punch you, and I'm like, calm down. It's okay.
Breathe.
I know. She's like a little ball of anger.
I'm the bigger one right now. I'm the one who's gonna get attacked because you're saying stuff.
I'm like, you're too cute. They would never suspect you. Like, stop. It's pretty funny.
What is your dream cosplay? With like no budget or anything like that?
My dream cosplay at the moment is Aranea Highwind from Final Fantasy 15. She is best girl. Anybody can fight me. Luna, yeah, she's cool. Iris, Aranea. Oh my. She's so gorgeous and just such a cool character, and her design and just the character development is so nice, and I would love to cosplay her one day.
Like, I do want to make an Alphonse, like, armor, but I have to find big enough shoes to make me tall. Like, get those, like, Frankenstein shoes, and then put, like, foam all around them, make them look armor shoes.
Yeah, platform boots.
Yeah.
Probably.
Big armor builds are so cool. They take, like, so long.
So much stress.
Yeah.
I've made the Atom suit from DC Legends of Tomorrow, and I couldn't finish it in time for the con.
Oof.
Yeah, especially with just like my automail arm. Like, I have a shoulder piece that sits up here, and then the rest is all made out of like cardboard, paper plates, and stuff like that. And it's not very breathable because I wasn't thinking about ventilation. So I'm like at the con, and I'm like pulling out my wrist. I'm like, I'm overheating.
Ventilation? Who needs ventilation when you look good?
I know, right? All for the look.
All right. What is your favorite TikTok audio?
Oh man, there's so many just funny ones that are so goofy, and I love it. But there's this chain that I'm doing with all of my cosplays, and the song is "Take a Slice" by Glass Animals. And it's just like me thrashing around, like doing all these poses. So I would have to say that's probably my favorite TikTok audio right now because I'm so dedicated and consistent with it that I just want to keep it going as long as I can.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is so much fun just seeing like the development of all your cosplays over time.
Yeah, they didn't have TikTok when I started cosplaying. I can't do that.
I mean, you can now.
I mean, I can, go back in time to 2012, film my younger self, try not to cause a time-space paradox.
I tried to put on one of my cosplays I had from like when I was 13 when I went home last time, and I was like,
Which is why I've sold a lot of my first cosplays.
Mm.
Also because I'm actually, for once, too tall for something.
I mean, you drank your milk. You did the good thing.
Yeah, but not tall enough yet.
Can't relate.
Except for I'm done growing, so.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Well, look at
My
you.
5'7" self.
Look at you, 5'9" over there.
I'm average.
Yeah, I'm pretty average myself. I'm 5'7".
Oh, so you got me beat. I'm 5'6".
I'm tall.
You are tall.
Tall squad.
It depends
Tall
on where you
squad.
are, though. 5'4" is average in America. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taller than most of my Japanese relatives and Irish.
I'm Irish.
Wow, look at you, Irish and tall.
I'm also Irish.
Wow, look at you.
That's why I'm glowing in my ring light right now.
Why do you think I always wear a black undermask so my neck doesn't shine through on everything?
Let's just all share Ancestry.com results.
Because I may be part Japanese, but I am still a pale boy.
Northern European mutt, that's me.
Yeah,
Same.
the pale skin just runs in the family.
I keep trying to get close to my ring light for TikToks, but then my face glows like it's the blood of Christ.
Yes.
Yep, like that.
Wait, let me turn mine all the way up. Hold on.
It's like, yes, my eyes look cool because it really brings out like the yellow in my eyes, but
Mine is far enough away that
I can't see it, and I look pale. I'm so pale.
It also changes color.
Ooh, we in a disco now.
Oh, it's so bright it hurts.
The light, it hurts.
it burns.
Because I got my legs tanned this summer, but up a little farther, and it's like, oh god, cover it. It is too white.
Must be nice to get tan.
I work
relate.
Oh no, I have to burn
so.
first before tan.
I don't tan, I just burn.
Yep, that's me.
Yep.
Burn turns to tan. Tan turns to oops.
It's freckles and then red. And that's it.
That's about all I get is freckles whenever I'm out in the sun.
The sun? You mean freckle dispenser?
But really, though.
Yeah, basically all the sun is good for to me.
And somewhat camera lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of need the sun to survive.
I mean, we don't go outside, we're cosplayers.
Yeah.
What is sunlight?
Convention is most outside time.
Yep.
What's fresh air?
The only time I go outside is when I'm waiting outside of a con.
Or I need to go get fast food and they're not delivering.
Yep.
Mm.
Is it my
Alright.
turn?
Yes.
Mhm.
And the phone actually turned off this time.
Tragic.
It's a sad day.
Imagine not having a fingerprint scanner.
Can't relate.
This cosplay is usually a full-fingered gloves, but needed my fingers for trackpad and phone, so...
Fair.
Pretty fair.
Just have 3 monitors.
Okay. Favorite/least favorite thing about cosplay?
My favorite thing about cosplaying is getting as close as I can physically and like expression wise close to the character. That's why I think Edward Elric, my cosplay of Edward Elric, is so popular, because I sat down and took the time just to study his expressions and the way that he walks and talks and the way he like contorts and gets mad and everything. And it's made me a more expressive person, where a couple of years ago I was very shy. I didn't say anything. I was just kind of, I had like a poker face the whole time, but now I'm all like, hey guys, what are you doing?
Me.
But my least favorite thing about cosplaying is if you cosplay a character from a popular series, whether it be like anime, a video game, whatever it may be. If it's really mainstream, usually the community can be pretty toxic.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I wanted to do a Bakugo cosplay way back, and it wasn't very good, and I didn't really like the way it turned out, but I tried my best, and that's what I kept telling myself, like, it's okay, I tried my best, this is as close as I can get to him right now, since I don't have any money or a source of income. So I just tried my best, and usually I get more positive comments than hateful comments, but this one, it was like beat me up with the with the words. They're like, you don't look anything like him. You're a disappointment to this community. This is the worst Bakugo cosplay I've ever seen. And I'm like, I'm not touching that. I'm just gonna leave and we'll move on to the next cosplay. So yeah, there's definitely some toxic fan communities that's hard to kind of get around whenever you actually like the series, but you're scared to do a cosplay because of the backlash that you may receive.
Yeah. But I just bought a Bakugo cosplay as well.
I mean,
because like as a funny thing, because of those bot comments that are like, I love your Bakugo cosplay.
Yeah.
Or your Deku cosplay is awesome.
yeah, and it's like
The bots have evolved.
yeah, like I do
Next
my
step,
prompto.
Skynet.
I do my prompto, and he's got the little spikes here and everything, and everyone is like, no offense, but your Bakugo cosplay is really not accurate. And I'm like, maybe because it's not Bakugo. Not every spiky-haired blue boy has to be Bakugo. I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry, I went off just then. Gotta keep my cool.
Read your tags, please. Read the tags.
Oh, I know.
I put them there for a reason. Read the tags. Read.
All the stolen valor tags for all these Siege cosplayers. Like, the comments. Oh, are you in the military? No. The costume.
I know. And the worst ones are whenever you have like a hashtag, like let's say hashtag like prompto, hashtag FFXV, and they're like Bakugo, and I'm like, what?
It's in the tags.
Yeah, but it can be kind of irritating, but I just gotta take some time and just laugh at it because it's just so ridiculous. I'm like, boy. But yeah.
How many current OCs do you have, and what are some of your favorites?
Ooh. I haven't made a lot of OCs actually. I did Luna, who was a woman who got turned into a zombie during the apocalypse. I did Dean. He was very last minute, and I didn't take much time coming up with him, and he's a demon. He's got a girlfriend. It's all cute or whatever. And then I have Raver, my human dragon OC. Boy, I love her. She is just so like, don't get in my face or else I'll punch you or burn you or something like that. And I don't know, I just like how intimidating she is. Because some of the stuff, the way she acts is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I like doing stuff like that anyways. So yeah, she's definitely my second favorite. And My all-time favorite one, my most recent OC, Misery, my little succubus. I like her the most because I spent the most time like figuring out how I wanted her to look, her backstory. Took a long time to get all the supplies that I needed for that cosplay. So I just feel an attachment to her as far as I work so hard on you, you precious baby. Just live life and it's okay. But yeah, she's definitely my favorite.
Can I be honest for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I thought your dragon human, I honestly thought was like a variant Bakugo before I read the tags.
That's another one. Yeah, they're like, is this female Bakugo? And I'm like, no.
And I was just like, ooh, dragon Bakugo.
Yeah, I didn't have someone be like, are you a dragon Bakugo? It was just mostly like, you're a female Prompto. And I'm like, I mean, she may have the personality of Bakugo, but other than that, she's just her own little person who scoots around a high school and everything, so.
I feel like we covered a little bit of this question earlier, but what is your favorite and least favorite step in making cosplays?
My favorite step in cosplays, making them is when you start getting towards the end. And especially if you've been working on it for so long, like I started getting emotional whenever I was finishing up the automail leg and arm because I had worked so hard on it. I think my favorite part is getting to the end and just adding that final detail and just taking a step back and looking at the work and you're like, I did that. And I would say my least favorite thing is probably the frustrating parts in the process where you go through trial and error, where you thought something you were making was so good and was going to fit you, but whenever you go to put it on, it just doesn't work out in the end. And it's just kind of frustrating whenever you've been working on this thing, but I was stupid and I didn't measure it as I was going, and so I have to redo the piece. But yeah, I'd say making cosplays for the most part is very almost therapeutic for me because it just lets me take a moment, breathe, and just focus on one thing at a time.
Hot glue is the worst part.
The amount of times I got burnt. Oh, funny
I
story.
stepped on a hot glue gun once while it was on, and it stuck to the arch of my foot.
Oh, that hurts. Oh man,
I'm scarred for life, literally and emotionally.
Yeah, I was making my Edward Elric leg, and what I used to like put all the cardboard pieces on was a sock. And whenever I bought the sock, I thought it was thicker than what it was. But then I put it over my leg and you could see like my skin poking through the little lines. And I'm like, this is okay. Hot glue that stuff. And I had it on my leg and I go, and I can literally hear it. And I'm like, my mom's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm crying my eyes out. I'm like, oh my god. It hurts so bad, and I have scars on this leg because of that reason, because I was too stubborn to take off the sock and just put it on that way, but
Whenever you use the little Halloween gloves or the Halloween socks for bases for any sort of automail thing, and you do that, and you're like, and you're like,
just take the pain.
Yep.
It's for the art.
It is. The scars show my progress.
Yep, or a moldy hot warble with your fingers.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, I stopped using warble. I went to EVA foam now.
Smart.
There's some really good foam clay I was looking at today. And it's like you just have to wet it and it molds just like clay, and then it turns right into like foam afterwards, completely dry and flexible. And I think I found it through Kamui Cosplays on Instagram, but like super cool shit. You should totally check that out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went to my craft store like last week, and Yaya Han has invaded it. Saw her brand of foam was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Overpriced, specially designed cosplay foam.
Also known as just foam.
Mhm. Nothing special about it.
Alright. Which do you prefer, making or buying cosplay? Like, if you're in a rush.
I'm in a rush. I'm probably gonna buy the cosplay because some things are just kind of out of your reach as far as making goes. Like, I promise you, I could have not made this shirt in time for this next convention I'm going to. So it's very convenient to buy cosplay. The only downside is if you're like ordering it online, you don't always know if it's gonna fit you. And whenever I was buying this, I'm like, yeah, I can wear an adult medium. So I got it. It was like down to my knees. Like, oh, woo, let's just tuck it in, I guess. But some things that if you want them to stand out more and you know how you want it to look or there's a special twist you want to put on it, it's definitely better to make cosplays in that aspect. But if you're like in a rush, like a convention is happening in like a month or two, then it would probably just be safer to buy it depending on what it is you're making. So
Ooh, hashtag con crunch for me.
yeah, Con Crunch for me this first convention I went to, I was like, I'll be fine. It's like 3 days to the convention, and I'm like working on the leg. I'm like crying, and they're like, "It's okay." I'm like, "No, it's not."
Costume, you will be done in time. There is no question.
Yeah, don't doubt me. I mean, I will. I'm not kidding.
Just talking at the end, just talking to the cosplay materials.
I'm like, "You're so pretty." I did that.
Please stay together and don't betray me.
Mhm. I'm like, you better not pull anything funny, or else I'm gonna be mad.
Especially when most cons no longer have those costume fixing rooms anymore.
Oh.
That's tough.
Because those rooms used to have people who actually know how to sew, unlike me.
Mm.
Those rooms are lifesavers. Holy crap.
Mhm.
My turn? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. What? Obviously, you talked about the Bakugo comments, but what comments do you like to see on your videos, and then like the least that you like to see?
Oh, my favorite comments by far are just like whenever my followers notice the small little details that I thought no one would look into. Like if I do a small eye twitch or something, they'll be like, "We see you. We saw that facial expression." I'm like, oh, just I don't know. Whenever they make you feel good, even if you don't like the cosplay all the way, like let's say my hair wasn't working out too well, but I'm like, I already worked so hard on it, so I might as well post videos. And they're like, your hair is so good, or your makeup is on point, and I love how you can literally. Oh, that's another thing. Whenever they say that the characters I cosplay, it's almost like I'm them in real life. Those are like the most rewarding, and oh, it's just so good. The ones that I don't like are the ones that are like, first comment, "I'm early. Are you a boy or a girl?" Like, I'm a girl. Please. I'm like, I know I cosplay dudes, but I'm a girl. Or they're like the creepy ones where it's like, where do you live? What school do you go to? How old are you? And I'm like,
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm like, I'm uncomfy. Like I got this DM literally a couple days ago, and this guy was like, hi, I like your stuff. And I always try to reply because I want them to feel special. Like, I'm like, hi, thank you so much. And as soon as I said that, he DM'd me again, and I'm like, oh, what did he say? Can I get feet pics? And I'm like,
Ooh.
you were so nice. What happened?
0 to 100, or 100 to 0.
Oh, dude. I just blocked him real quick. I'm like, go away. I don't want to talk to you anymore. There's just the weird ones that get me sometimes. They're like, you look like you clap whenever the plane lands. And I'm like, where did you get that from? Like, just some of the weird ones, they make me uncomfortable at times, but other times they're just so random that they just make me laugh. So, yeah.
What is your go-to con packing list?
Well, since I drove to Montreal every day and I didn't stay in a hotel room, I can't say much about that. But I did have a backpack with me that I had like the essentials of what I needed. And some of them were kind of funny, but you need them. I had like water, I had chapstick, I had eye drops. I'm pretty sure I had like a little small can of hairspray just in case if I needed it. I brought powder with me. I think I brought eyeliner too, just in case if I like needed to touch up my misery cosplay or eyeshadow or something like that. So just anything that would help me touch up my makeup or just look overall.
That was going to be one of my questions, too.
I feel like we're all on the same wavelength because you keep stealing mine. Now I'm going to steal your question.
And I sent you my questions.
Yeah, I tried to avoid them, but I think you might have added more since you sent the list to me.
It's the battlefield of questions.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the phone is off. Why must you betray me?
Maybe the phone doesn't want to be kept on.
Or it's jealous of the new phone I got. But I didn't transfer the questions from this one.
Oof.
That's rough.
Weirdest cosplay experience.
There's so many. Just at that one con I went to, I walked in first day, like fresh. This is my first convention. It's gonna be awesome. I walk in as Edward Elric. I'm like holding his coat, like all cool, like and suave, and I'm walking around smirking at people, doing the whole deal. And then I just hear someone scream, "Edward Elric!" And so I like turn around all suave, and then he's scooching up to me with the Ziploc baggie. And I'm like, wait, what is this? And he pulls out this figurine of Edward Elric made out of pipe cleaners on a styrofoam vase. And I'm like, cool.
Are you selling it?
I'm like, I'm not gonna buy it. He goes, no, can you like hold this and I take a picture of you? Yeah. So I take his little figurine made out of pipe cleaner. And I'm posing, doing my whole thing, but this next one wasn't very weird. It was probably one of my favorite moments at the convention. So me and my friend Izzy are sitting in this little lounge area, just taking a breather. And I see Deadpool, like a good Deadpool cosplay walking. So I wave at him. I'm like, hey, Deadpool. And then he comes and scoots over. He has a Ziploc baggie too. And I'm like,
oh no.
I'm like, wait. And in the Ziploc baggie is his phone and chapstick. Just chapstick. And I'm like, okay. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. And he sits down and crosses his legs. He goes, what's going on, ladies? We had like a small conversation. He showed us his Shiba. His name is Maxwell. And I really wonder how him and Maxwell are doing.
Oh.
I love Sheba. He's like, yeah, he's really flexible and he makes ungodly noises. And I'm like, cool. And then Tony Stark starts walking behind him and is like, Wade, take a picture with me now. And I'm like, whoa. And then he's like flirting with this Tony Stark cosplayer, like, hey, baby, you look good. Like, just being goofy. And then once Tony leaves, he's like that sometimes. And not even 5 minutes later, all the X-Men start walking down the hallway. And he picks up a Ziploc baggie so fast and he goes, I'll be back, ladies. And I'm like, okay. And he sprints towards them. And I'm like, oh no. And he shoves Professor X out of his wheelchair, sits in it, and starts rolling away really fast. I'm like, what is happening? It was just so much, and it was so chaotic, but I loved it so
That is true chaotic neutral energy right there.
He just so suddenly picked up his Ziploc baggie. It startled me. He goes, I'll be back, ladies. And then he met an emo Deadpool player with hair swooped, and he goes and stands in front of them, and it's like, you sad, buddy? And the guy goes, you depressed? He goes, give me a hug. So much just happened in a span of like 10 minutes that my brain couldn't wrap around the whole situation, and it was just funny. But yeah, that's my weird con experiences thus far.
Well, I tell this every episode, but a Deadpool cosplayer grabbed my ass. double hand in them cheeks.
Oh boy.
And I was also Deadpool, so it's some Deadpool on Deadpool action.
Oh, I would have been so uncomfortable. Cosplay does not mean consent. Like,
I can't snap because I have gloves on, but I'm snapping.
So
And
like,
I
it
just
doesn't
can't stop
matter.
right now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who the character is. You can't just go up and grab someone and be like, this is fine. No, it's not.
Bad touch.
Bad. Like, just don't do it. Oh, man.
Was that? Whose question was that? Whose turn is it?
Did I just ask the question? Actually, yeah, because it was weirdest cosplay experience. Yeah, that was my question.
Oh, okay.
It's me.
I'm running out of questions.
Same.
Do you have any projects that you're currently working on?
I will soon start. Oh,
Oh, what a...
it's just I just disappeared. I just don't come back.
I will soon.
You never saw me. I think once I get enough money, I'm gonna start making my Arnea Highwind cosplay, and it's gonna be so much work, so much foam, so much hot glue, but I'm ready. She's worth it, so I'm definitely gonna get started working with her once I get all my materials together.
Okay. Aggressive
Sorry,
nodding. What is your favorite thing to do at cons? So like photo shoots, panels, dealer's room, artist alley.
My phone is like, my phone goes, I can answer this. I would say, even though it's the most cheesiest answer, I would probably say the community that's there and just meeting so many impressive cosplayers. Like, yeah, it can be cool. Like, I don't know if you know who Vic is, the voice actor of Edward Elric. He was there, and the hour to meet him, or the line to meet him was like 3 hours. I'm like, I love the man a lot, obviously, but I don't want to wait in that line. What if I just walk past him real quick? And then we made eye contact, and he goes, your cosplay is amazing. And I'm like, thank you, I love you. And I'm like in tears, about to throw yak over the entire facility. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. but I wouldn't wait 3 hours if I hadn't done that. So I think it's just the most smart idea just to go out and meet the people that are there, because nobody goes to a con and says, this is going to be a terrible con. I don't want to be here most of the time. I hope not. But yeah, just meeting the people there and all the creative personalities, and just there's so many diverse people there, and it's just a really great community to be a part of. So I think like taking pictures with cosplayers, I think, is my favorite part of the con.
And the phone has betrayed me again.
A tragedy.
Hey, the finger sensor actually worked this time.
Whoa.
This one's the paragraph, and I don't know. I'll just read it. Which is better, if a cosplay is easy to wear and comfortable, or that it looks very accurate to what it is supposed to look like, as in armor cosplays or cosplays that include other things than fabric?
My 5 brain cells are struggling. I think it's better to wear a cosplay that you feel comfortable in. Like, because if you aren't comfortable, it's going to show, and it's going to affect your performance as that character. Like, I saw some, like, ladies wearing, like, leotards and fishnets, and just so much was there. And I'm like, I could never. I would rather just stay in this long sleeve pants, even though it's hot, and just be the flamboyant character that I am. So I think being in a cosplay that you're comfortable in is gonna like bring a better performance for you as that cosplayer, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I get that, but then I'd be the dumbass and I wear like full armor anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I definitely put looks before comfort.
Yeah. There would be
I have done some really stupid
A little
stuff.
bit of dehydration last con.
I lost a toenail once.
Ooh.
I won't go into the story because it's really painful and like I get the pain cringe, but just know that it happened for the sake of cosplay.
Yeah, I'm like, I can literally feel your pain. Anytime someone says that I have like a similar experience to, I just feel it all over again, and I'm like,
Yep. Just
oh, don't do that.
Oh.
Big no.
Alright.
Any video games that you're playing currently or looking forward to coming out?
Any new video games?
Full Metal Alchemist for PS2.
I don't know. I've been kind of running behind on like video game updates. I think there's one that looks really interesting, where it's like kind of cyberpunk themed.
Yep, Cyberpunk 2077.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Take my money now.
Take it. Yeah, that one seems really interesting, and I'd love to give it a try, but I don't know. Games like it sounds so repetitive, but games like Final Fantasy 15 are like my go-to. Like, just have my life. Why don't you? Like, I don't know. Just games.
Just throwing your wallet at the TV.
Yeah, just games that are super well done. I like detailed, like whenever they actually look like a person and not even like CGI. It just blows my mind what some of these animators can do.
Are there any fandoms you haven't joined yet but are interested in?
Any fandoms? That's a new question. I would say, I don't know if you guys seen that one anime, Angels of Death. It was a video game to start off with. it's a really well done series, and I like it a lot. There's a lot of suspense that goes on, and it's very captivating the whole time. I would love to join that fandom if I got the chance to, but just like I said, the toxic community sometimes it can be overwhelming. Like if you don't look like that character to a T, they're gonna let you know. So I don't know. I would maybe like to see if I could dip my toe in there and see what happens, but
just a little toe dip.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just you gotta try out the waters, I guess, first. I can't say much about it, about the fandom, because I haven't really stepped into it yet to see what goes on, but I think people are more like forgiving than the My Hero Academia fans, but
Hopefully.
we'll see. Hopefully. Yeah.
Alright, this one's for everybody. Is there anything you want to plug, shout out,
Yes.
promote?
Oh yeah, my TikTok, my Instagram. It's both my TikTok, of course, and Instagram are Livingdeadky, and I do.
In the description below.
Yeah, in the description, and yeah, it's just plain and simple. I post all the stuff that I usually post on my TikTok onto my Instagram, anyways, or just highlights like that. So if you want it, you can follow me down. I swear I'm nice.
Elfie, anything?
Everything, all my social media is the same. It's Elfie McGarry. That's it.
I'm Quasibella on TikTok and Insta, and my website is quasibella.wixsite.com/home. You should buy my merch.
She busted out the merch. Okay.
The whole time I was like trying to turn it in like right side out. I was like, don't be obvious.
Don't look at me.
Dang it, I can't reach my merch to plug my own on my own show.
I got posters, t-shirts, tank tops, tapestries, pillows.
But do you have phone cases?
I have phone cases.
God bless.
For
Anybody
both
want a
Android
mug?
and iPhone, multiple versions, plus the S sizes and everything, and yeah. Both logo and sticker art with new art coming soon.
I already bought my cam girl tank top.
It's so good.
I may have to check out the merch myself.
If you need any help starting merch, come to me. I know the whole business of it. I have an artist that will take commissions for you.
I actually do need to make merch. That's what I've been trying to do since like January, just figure out the whole process and everything, but
the site that I use is pretty good just because it does take like a decent amount of money for production and shipping costs, but it doesn't cost you anything. It just sits there and it makes you money, and you can do transfers and to your PayPal every once in a while. It's really nice, and it helps you design it yourself. The only thing you have to provide is the artwork.
I'm gonna need that.
We'll talk.
Give me the link.
Thank you.
I have one for everyone. Any upcoming cons?
Los Angeles Comic-Con and maybe Rhode Island Comic-Con. I don't know.
Working on Rhode Island Comic-Con. I just went to Boston Comic-Con. But yeah, after that I have no idea because I might not even be in the States next spring, so who knows.
My next con is Delta H Con. Are you going?
Yes, I'm going to that too.
Oh, come and find me, please.
Definitely.
Record TikToks together.
Yeah, we'll be thrashing around. It's all good.
Perfect.
Yes, can't wait.
Alright, and with that, I think it is time for the outro. Alright, as always, I have been Chris, aka Mr. Zoom _2028, with the two co-hosts.
I'm Alexis, Elfie Magari.
And Bella Quasi-Bella.
And our special guest.
Livingdeadky.
And thank you for watching, everybody.
Bye.
And now it's the awkward finish as I try to find the end record button.
And we all just wave.